Often, based on the dock and the boat dynamic, I will say to an advisor, okay, I'd like you to hold a client advisory council with 12 of your best clients, not to hint at the fact that you're thinking about a move, but just to read the room and just to ask them 10 questions in a very positive environment with the context that you're striving to level up. So imagine this, you have a room in a golf course or wherever, a restaurant. You invite 12 of your best clients and you say, look, I really value our relationships. My clay is soft. I'm trying to level up and elevate the client experience. The best way to do that is to talk to the people on the receiving end. And these are the questions I want to ask. Here's the agenda, all for the purposes of just raising the bar. Getting a client and seeing your value through their lens and their perspective is incredibly validating. I'm more often than not, it confirms, okay, I need to make a move. It also enables you to plant some incredible seeds because when it is go time, you can point back to the client advisory council and say, that meeting actually prompted me to start considering my options and compare and contrast my current environment, which has served me very well to this point, to other environments. So there's the client advisory council, and then there's also the call rotation. Often I'll say, I'll just simply say to the advisors at the end of every phone call and meeting that you have with a client over the course of the next 30 to 60 days, before you hang up, before you wrap up the meeting, just simply say this: hey, I want to let you know that our team is going through an exercise right now for the purposes of identifying gaps and elevating and raising the bar in terms of our client experience. And over the course of the next several months, I'm going to share with you what some of those observations have been. I'm interested, Jeff, in understanding your perspective, just in terms of the predictive priming, like priming the pump to get a client to just get their head around the concept of change. You're not hinting at anything. You're just planting seeds. Thoughts on client advisory council and the call rotation with those primers?
So that's just that's gold is what that is, right? So it something you said at the very beginning, which is that it's validating, and I don't know that validating is a good enough, strong enough word to really adequately describe what that actually means. So when I talk to advisors, this is kind of getting to the root of it. The biggest fear that advisors have is, are my clients going to come with me?
Yeah.
Number one fear. So when I talk to advisors through this, I'll ask them, if I ask you what your clients think of you, are you going to start that sentence with, I know my clients think of me this way? Or is that sentence going to start with, I think my clients view me this way? Now, I can say that with 100% certainty, every single advisor has said, I would start that sentence with, I think. And if you don't make a move, or you're not even thinking of making a move and you're listening to this, don't be in that position. You've had relationships with people for 15, 20, 25, 30 years. You might be multi-generational advisor. And you mean to tell me that your response is, I think they would think this of me? Now, chances are how you would finish that sentence, I think my clients view me as X, Y, and Z, you very well may be right. But you should find out. So that client advisory board is so impactful for not only the clients, because it is impactful for them. When your clients start articulating out loud what it is that they really value about you, what they really care about, it reinforces to them personally, wow, he's or she's a really good human being. That's why I have a relationship. But for you, it begins to create calm and peace. And you begin to realize that people aren't with you because of the logo that happens to be on your business card. They're with you because it's you. And you could swap that logo out for anything you want. Your clients truly view you as a partner. So that client advisory board is so impactful. The second part, which you had talked about, which is what can we do better? What is it that you would like to see? Not a question most people want to ask. It's vulnerable. Hey, what can we do better? As much as people will go into a conversation with that, anybody that asks that question only wants to hear one word: nothing. There's nothing you can possibly do. However, I would I would argue that getting something besides that, pushing back to a client when they say, "No, you're great, Duncan. There's nothing you could be doing better." I would make a very strong case that pushing back and saying, "While I appreciate that, nobody's perfect. Nothing is perfect. And each and every year, we strive to provide a better experience, a more meaningful, impactful relationship for our clients. There has to be something that we can be doing better. We would love your help in trying to do that. What can we do?" That is what is going to not only help you elevate your current practice, but as you mentioned, what a great way to come back and tell clients, this was kind of your idea. Right? When I looked at all the things that you folks said to me, I realized that I had an issue. And my issue was that the firm that I was currently aligned with was not going to allow me to do the things I needed to do to bring you all to the level that you deserve and the level that you wanted. So that client advisory council is something you should be doing on an annual basis, at least with your clients. But again, remember, push back. We all hear what we want to hear. Push back and make your clients really become part of the process.
Okay, so this is very important. Now, first of all, we have a campaign at Pareto Systems. It's called the Next 90 Days. If you want to squash your fears and demystify how you're perceived and how you're described, and to prime that pump to make it predictive and just plant those seeds, contact Jeff on LinkedIn. He has access to that campaign. It will add immense predictability and reassurance about in terms of how you feel and get your head around the whole concept of familiarity and fatigue, because loyalty fatigue and the law of familiarity is a powerful force, and you want to get out in front of that. And you will see an incredible silver lining where you will rejuvenate your client relationships and rejuvenate yourself in terms of your purpose and conviction and confidence around your role.